attended Gladstone from kindergarten until the last high school graduating class. Gladstone means a lot to me. The building itself is full of memories. Gladstone is a firm foundation. It just helped to shape the person that I am.
It was a place where everyone in Hazelwood and Hazel, down below, Glenwood, all the sections of Greater Hazelwood would come together.
Well, I graduated in 1976 from here. I attended the elementary school as well as the high school. And I believe we're on the second floor where I probably flunked algebra.
I got a very good education. We had 109 graduates, and I graduated number 25. And my brothers and sisters before me, they all went to Gladstone, and they all graduated.
I've heard about Gladstone my entire life. All my cousins, my aunts and uncles, like everybody went to Gladstone. Very entrenched in our lives. Like so much stuff happened there.
I went there with people from my neighborhood, from my community. It's meant a lot to me to be able to go to a place like that and not go to a school where I didn't know as many people.
Gladstone means everything. It was my start. It was my basic education other than the education that my mother and father gave me.
From the yearbook, from people standing right out here taking a class picture. Yeah, I'll have to find it. Yes, very nice. This isn't very nice, but what it's going to be is very nice.
When I first moved here, Gladstone was K through 12. And my husband was a 1962 graduate of Gladstone.
I started Gladstone a little bit before I was 4 years old. You couldn't do that today.
And it was a very unique and special place. A lot of schools probably would say that, but it really was at Gladstone.
Gladstone is a historical building. Initially, it kept families in the community together.
And there was always after-school programs going on. They had a swimming pool that was open to the community. There was gymnasiums. But you didn't have to go there to do that. I believe you just had to really live in the community.
It was called night gym. And night gym started at 6. And that's where either you can go swimming or you can go up to the gym and play basketball.
Going swimming, almost drowning at the pool.
I know a few times I was told, just float, because I didn't want to get my hair messed up.
She said, just get in the water and hold your breath down. I almost drowned in that pool. We learned how to swim at Gladstone. You didn't have to wear that tight swimming suit.
Definitely took the swimming lesson.
The only thing I can remember is the awful bathing suits that we had.
Oh, yeah, we all had the same bathing suit. I doubt if they'd wear them now.
I was on the swimming team in Gladstone. And we went to the finals, too, in 8th grade. I was so anxious to, win, right? Okay. And before they shot the gun, I'm the first one to get ready to swim. Do you know I fell off the damn thing before I dove off to go ahead to compete?
Well, clear, some of these down here, they look small to me. Yeah, they do. Unless they shorten them, well, we can go inside.
Oh, okay.
Unless they shorten them and made them small.
Yeah, nice. Look at the huge window.
Yeah, it's yeah, remember it being so hot?
Yeah, no air. We had no
That's
air.
all.
Yeah, very hot.
And walking up all those steps here. Sometimes when we go home, we cut down all those steps.
Yes.
And then
we had to walk home for our lunch a lot of days and walk back. And we lived at the dead end of Chatsworth Street.
Gladstone was one of my favorite schools, but we had to walk up that hill. That was a long walk from Glen Hazel all the way to Gladstone.
No, we walked from the Glenwood Bridge all the way up to Gladstone School every day. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, whatever was going on, we went to school.
It was really hard on our feet in winters for snow. There were very few cars for snow did. You walked whether you had snow or whether you did.
Rain, sleet, snow, and hail.
I should see these people, they was go up this hill to go to Gladstone.
The Dirt Hill?
Dirt Hill or something. I said, oh, that's a quicker way, to go up there.
We walked up 2nd Avenue, up Flyers Avenue, and up the Woody Way, through the woods.
And if it was snowing and the snow was this high, You got your butt out of the house when we went to school.
And we had to put bread bags from the bread, the empty bag, on your feet, and you put your boots on. You kept moving.
Yeah.
That's the way we used to do it.
Everybody meet at this corner, then we go to this corner, and such comes down and get to this corner, and such. And by the time we got there, we was all one crowd of us just going to school. We never even timed how long it took us to get to school. We knew we got there on time.
I'm pretty sure we had. We said speeches. You got certificates in here, like if you made honor roll or something. We did quite a bit in this auditorium. I remember people, I don't know if it was related to basketball or sports. They used to say Gladstone is sad stone. Yeah, but we weren't sad stuff.
We didn't think of ourselves that way.
Right.
People smoke marijuana.
They did. Oh, yeah. I didn't do it because I was afraid of my mom. It was like she was psychic and knew what you were doing at school.
If I got in trouble coming home from school, by the time I got home, it was way before cell phones and that. I don't know how they knew, but my mom and dad found out right away.
We weren't even allowed to cross 2nd Avenue. And me and my girlfriend one time crossed 2nd Avenue. And I got home and my mother said, you just crossed up there on that avenue. And I'm looking at her thinking she's a witch.
Man, they had cell phones back there. They had to have them. Like, it was like, no matter what you did, everybody knew. It was like, I don't know how the word got around like that.
She's seen me crossing 2nd Avenue. Meanwhile, Miss Mary seen us crossing 2nd Avenue and called and said, I watched them just to see if they did it right, but these girls done crossed 2nd Avenue. And me and my girlfriend was like, they got some kind of special powers that they seen us.
So you didn't get away with too much, and having all the relatives in the neighborhood, they seen everything you done.
That's how tight this community was. It was like unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The teachers knew your parents. They would come past your house and hang out with your parents.
The counselors worked with you and wanted you to succeed. And it wasn't always academics.
This section of the school was for automotive, teaching the young men and women, if they were interested, on car repairs.
They were trying to get people prepared for their future in whichever way they felt comfortable. Are you using your hands more? Are you using your typing skills?
We had teachers that cared.
LaMantia, she was a good teacher. Miss Taggart was a good teacher. Mr. Refugiato. And Miss Evans not only was a good teacher, but she was the only one that could teach me math because she was tough.
I had good teachers. They just didn't tolerate mess.
Leroy Diller. He was there as assistant football coach, and he was really into weightlifting. And he caught a sight of me playing basketball, and he says, Murray, he said, I'm going to make a muscle man out of you. I was every bit 147 pounds. Start meeting me here at the weight room at 6:30 in the morning.
So when we went to the prom, the principal at the time was Charles Gladney.
Yes.
And he learned from his older brother how to shoot pool.
Yes.
And won a couple dollars to get an outfit to take me to the prom. And Charles Gladney took him to get the outfit.
Yes.
Robert Vucella, he was a business teacher, and I learned a lot about business management and business accounting and how to write a check and things like that.
Well, you know what? Mr. Sowens, Dr. Sowens was a good person. All our teachers was cool, okay? You know, we might have took advantage of Miss Wakefield and a couple other teachers, like what kids do.
And I'm trying to remember which office was the principal's office, because that's where you went sometimes and got paddled. They still paddled you back then.
I really got a paddle. That principal really used that paddle on my butt. You can't do it now, but I got a paddle. I can tell you I got a paddle.
The last graduating high school class was my class in '76. They turned it into a middle school. So you would have gone to Brashear when they turned the school into a middle school.
Well, see, I was under the impression that you guys were the last class to graduate from here totally.
They should have just kept it open. Like I said, they closed it, and then the kids had to go to Bashir.
They took away Gladstone, they took away the YMCA, and it was like, what? It had such an impact on me as far as the YMCA and Gladstone, whereas I could remember when I heard it.
I was very angry because you'd get up earlier. It took you longer to get to school when you were used to just walking to school, walking out for lunch, and coming back. And all the activities and the people you knew were here for so many years, and then you were forced to go elsewhere.
It was a real blow to the community. There was a group of people who fought to make it a middle school.
It was definitely starting to be a population decline at that time, but there was still enough residents in Hazelwood to have that school open.
It was like, what do we do now? Like, where do we go?
And I remember our parent and us attending a lot of the Board of Education meetings in Oakland to try to prevent it from happening, but no, it happened anyway.
I think it was 2001 or 2002, Reverend Tim Smith from the Center of Life Church was trying to get to school. We were going to have community recreation up there.
We got the notification that they were closing the school after the end of the school year in 2001. When they shut it, we lost communities and schools, and a lot of the after-school programs that were in that building closed down. Well, the community was devastated. We couldn't convince the district to keep it open. We couldn't convince them to lease it to us. They just wanted to sell it. I was making a joke, but really I was hurting because I'd said to the superintendent, is there any way we can get this building? And he said, well, how much money do you have? And I reached in my pocket. I had like $5 in my pocket. I held it up. I said, I got $5. I'll buy it right now. We all laughed. But, I knew that the reality was, they were going to laugh me out of that room.
Yeah, maybe so.
Glenwood, all the sections of Greater Hazelwood would come together. So I love that about Gladstone, that it was a place where everybody came together. And because of that, my dad from Flowers Avenue and my mom from the Glen Hazel Projects were able to actually meet.
I seen these girls in the second floor window at Gladstone looking at something. And this fine brother's walking his little brother to school. And so later on, he came up to me and said, how's my chances?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what are you talking about?
Yes.
And you said, how's my chances? And I said, it sounds like you just want to get over. Or are you trying to ask me to be your girl? I said, you'll have to ask me to go with you. And you said, go with you where?
Yeah.
You said to the store, and I said, no, if you're trying to ask me to be your girl, your steady girlfriend, you have to say, will you go with me? Yeah. And you said, will you go with me? But you first said, how's my chances?
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that was kind of forward to me.
So she's still the boss. That's, she got me to say it, I mean,
but you did say, well, will you go with me? And I said, yes.
Yes.
And that was October 16th, 1971.
Yeah.
Yeah, it meant a lot, this school, so much. And the memories, like I'm 66 and a half now, and I went here, up until 1976, so I was pretty young, but I can still remember a lot about this place, which is amazing. And when I look in this book and bring it all back to life, it's wonderful.
To me, it was my community. There was never any thought for me of going anywhere else. It was where I wanted to be.
So I was very proud when I graduated with a daughter there at my graduation. She was born in 1973. I graduated in 1974.
I love Gladstone. It gave me my job because if I didn't go to school and have the counselors and teachers that cared, it wasn't about a paycheck or whatever.
To this day, I still have people that I went to school with that we get together regularly.
The only thing about kindergarten, I was too young to pass, so the kids that I started out with, they passed on to first grade, and I spent 2 semesters in the kindergarten. Can you believe I failed kindergarten?
And the role it played was it kept me in the community with the rest of the families that were staying in the community for all the years, and it kept us tight-knit as a family.
I'm looking forward to the building being something again. It's just lay dormant too long.
If it wasn't for Gladstone, I wouldn't be here. So that's my favorite thing about Gladstone.
And I'm glad that this building is still there, so the memories of that school can last. Because I'm sure there are going to be people that are going to live in that building that aren't even from Hazelwood. So the memories and the story behind how much we loved Gladstone, what Gladstone meant to us, and our development for the future will mean a lot to some people.
It was a unity, a separation, and an identity. Damn. A unity, a separation, and an identity. Hot damn.